Okay, somebody has asked me couple times now how I train creepers. So I use this that I welded in the one video. You can see this is just the pinch thing, but it has been modified. Alright? So you put rubber bands here and then you just use it like this, you know? You can do it like this or like this. Alright? And you add the rubber bands which are here to give it resistance. And I like this thing because the increments are so tiny. Like I'm in the 40 rubber bands at the moment doing this, you know. So when you add one more, like it's very little more, but it's still more, you know. You can easy to, and because the rubber bands, as you can see, they go all into this same line, like they are like this. They are all the same distance away from this pivot point. So they create the same amount of resistance. So what I do is I just do this couple sets once a month. All right? Once a month. I max it out. And then I know how have I gotten stronger. But the 90% or 95% of my creeper training is just with this sand. I just do this. Alright? And I usually do 6 times and then rest. Alright? And it's more you do it, the better. Because this lacks an eccentrics. You know, so you recover from it very fast. Like you could do it morning and evening. Obviously, after you eat something, not fasted. You could do it every day. You know, I'm currently trying a method that I do it every day. 5 times rest and do 5 times 5 every day. You know, so this is like the majority of the creeper training I do is just this. So it's kind of boring training. It's just this. All right. You know, like that. And this will transfer directly to that, to this. You know, this is more like testing. Have I gotten stronger or not? I wouldn't consider this as a necessary, even a training instrument. It's more like testing instrument. Have I gotten stronger or not? But it might still contribute to the training effect. Obviously, it does somewhat. But the majority is just that sand. All right. So yes, this is my creeper training. And I don't have even creepers. I just have this. I have zero creepers. This is all I have. All right. So that's for the person who is asking about my creeper training. This is my creeper training. And I might add here a note that what I have learned after I made the video in which after I made this video, isometric strength training, static and dynamic, in which I was saying that let's not jump into conclusion that these wouldn't correlate, static and dynamic. After I made that video, I have also done these rolling thunder things and this thing without the thumb. Like when I have left out that sand bucket thing, these develop, but this doesn't. And note that these are static and this is dynamic. So I am now leaning toward the conclusion that yes, dynamic and static are very different regarding their strength. They are obviously connected, meaning that the static is always higher than the dynamic. There is a correlation. But when you are talking about 1% increase, week after week or month after month, you benefit a lot more from that sand bucket thing for this than this. This might keep you, like, it might not even be enough to keep you gripper strength by maintaining it. You might get weaker if you drop that sand bucket thing, even though you would do the rolling thunder lift, That's what I have experienced. When I have dropped that, rolling thunder goes up because I train it, but the rolling thunder training it's not even enough to keep my gripper strength, like maintain it. It's not even enough to maintain it, all right? So that's what I have found out, at least for grippers, you know. And then from that, you could extrapolate for other muscles too, you know, which I have kind of done, meaning that, like, like there seems to also be a little bit of a correlation that the dynamic strength training might even hinder somewhat the static strength training gains. That's, in my mind, up in the air as a question mark. Does it hinder it? Because I do this dynamic, and then I do this rolling thunder static. And so note that now these fingers get both dynamic training stimulus and static training stimulus. But when I do this exercise without the thumb, like this, so it's more like a wrist movement, you know, you maintain this position. This this movement is increasing with one better rate than this movement. And note that I'm not doing any kind of dynamic work like this. So it kind of seems like because I'm not doing dynamics, it could be that this increases more. And because I am doing dynamics, this is not increasing that well. But I'm not saying that's a conclusive statement. It's a up in the air question. Does dynamic training actually hinder the static strength training gains? Up in the air. I'm not saying it is so. It's question I'm asking myself at the moment. I like, and also I add to that there are also different types of dynamic motions. Like dynamic means concentric and eccentric. So there is two motions in it. So then you could ask, is it the concentric which hinders the static, or is it the eccentric which hinders the static? Like if you would be more precise, you would ask that question and not just dynamic, because it's two types of stimuli in a one. All right. So just putting this question here, that's where my figuring out things is at the moment regarding these things. Does it actually hinder it? Meaning that if this hinders that, then I might want to drop this, because I don't actually, like, I rather have strong that than that, if I have to choose. But I don't want to. if the answer is not conclusive, because I think that all kinds of strengths are beneficial, you know. If it doesn't hinder it, then yes, I want to also be strong at the grippers, you know, even though it wouldn't matter regarding arm wrestling or wouldn't matter regarding that. I still want to have strong this, you know, as a hobby, you know. I consider myself as a hobbyist. All right. So that's up in the air. I have not made any statements about it. I do not know, does it hinder it? I'm asking myself that question. All right? But this does not that this is not even enough to maintain my strength with this if I drop the sand bucket. All right? So if you want to just come strong at the grippers, I recommend you buy sand. All right? And drain the sand in the sand. All right, that's all. That's my grip training. And no definite statements about this hindering that or that hindering this. I have not made any statements about it. I'm asking myself about it. Bye.